Good morning. This is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful. It is Saturday. I think it's the 13th and it is about 10 o'clock. So I have been up since the wee hours taking care of business like I do, like you do, like we all do. And I went to the well and I am going to show you what I got at the well. But first I'm going to feed Grandma and then I'm going to sit down and rest for about 30 minutes because I have been working like a dog. I wanted to show you Grandma's plate. So Grandma has 2 slices of that carrot bread that I made yesterday with butter and peanut butter on it. And then she's got a nice helping of watermelon. Chances are she will want some more watermelon, and that's fine, but I am going to sit down for 30 minutes and kind of recover. Plus, I have a ton of work to do today. So I'll be back to you. For you guys, it'll be like that. For me, it'll be 30, 45 minutes. All right. Ta-ta. All right, before I sit down, I wanted to show you guys something. So here is my juice this morning, and this is a carrot, apple, pear. And into this, I like to toss in some lemon cubes. Just some little tiny fresh lemon cubes that I froze to kind of take the sweet out of it if it's too sweet. And then I just keep these in my freezer. I do have to make some more juice cubes. This morning I've got some watermelon juice and some apple juice that I need to put in cube form and throw it into the freezer. So let me sit down and rest because, you know, since 6 o'clock this morning I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, which is fine. And then I'll bring you in for the plan of the day and I will bring you along for some of that, okay? I did find a jar cookie that we didn't make. It's called a butterscotch brownie jar, and I have 2 jars. So I think we're going to make 2 of those, do something fun, and then I'll just work. I might make another batch of those cookies, and as I bake them, I will show them to you so you guys will see them throughout the next few weeks. Unless I give the jars to my friend Laura, and then you won't see them. And actually, she's not my friend. She's my cousin, and I love her to pieces. All right. Wow. A girl might put some additional clothes on too, but maybe not. Maybe not. Never know what's going to happen here. I'm not a fashion queen. All right. I'll see you guys in a little. Okay. These items are outside for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't have room where I'm going to be working for this stuff right now. But this big bag of carrots here is for our friend Ghanem. And these 3 watermelon right here are for him. I did bring 3 home for Addie and my family, but we ate through 1 this morning. And so these 2 are ours, and they're just going to sit and wait out here until I can get to them. Now, this box of pears also came from the well. And you can see that a lot of them, at least on top, are in really bad shape. So my first order of business is going to go through and pick all those out and immediately feed those to my birds. And then I'm going to peel and core these and make pear butter. I just don't know that I can do anything else with it. I might be able to make pear jam, but we'll see. Now, I only pulled out 1 of these, but I actually got 3. And these are the Ultimate Fish Stick Wild Alaska Pollock. These are breaded, 60 crunchy sticks, 170 calories per serving. I did get 3 bags of these. However, we are keeping 1. And our friend with a larger family than us is going to get 2 bags. Okay, there we go. Okay, like I said, I'm going to take care of these pears first. I'm sitting outside because these are in really bad shape and I don't want to do this in the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick out the horrible ones. I may or may not chop up what's salvageable. We will see how much patience I have. All right, I'm going to come back. I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time. Okay, this took me about an hour. I have a plastic container here full of peas and grody apples. You can see that I have a few little things on the ground I need to clean up, and then the last of the grody apples in this box. All of this is going to go to my chickens in just a minute, and they will just love me forever over this. This is what I ended up getting. Now, it was a lot of work. These apples were in these pears were in really bad shape. But as soon as I run these out to my coop, we're going to take these into the kitchen and we're going to see what we're going to do with them. Oh, my friends, it is 12:08 and I just came in from taking care of my pears, and my kitchen is an absolute monstrous fright. And so before I can do anything, I need to take care of this. And then we're going to process those pears. So let me pull those out. Okay, here's my apples. I just went and weighed them on the scale. I was so close to the actual weight. So if you guys would like to put a guess in, I would put your guess in between 10 and 25 pounds. You tell me how many pounds you think this is worth. Oh, this was so much work, you guys. Some you can see the pears were so rotted that I only got the little bit on the inside. However, these look really good. So I'm going to put those in the sink. If I had a big clean bowl, I'd wash them in lemon water to hold them, but I need to get a sink clean first. Again, disaster. Disaster. Your girl is a messy girl. And she's got a lot of work to do. All right, I'll come back. Okay, you can see down here I have 3 trays of juice to go into the freezer. I've got some straight watermelon, I have some straight pear, and then I've got some carrot, pear, apple. And I only put some of my juice in there so that I could freeze a full tray. All right, I have taken a look at everything that is on my to-do list, and these pears, they need to be able to take care of themselves. So I'm actually going to make pear butter. And I've got my crock pot on low. I cleaned the area underneath the crock pot so I could get it started. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean my kitchen, and then I will start working on the onions and the carrots. And then I have to rearrange some space in my refrigerator to accommodate the bags of cut carrots. How do I look? I look fantastic. I love the way I look. Actually, I do. I do like the way I look. Not in a conceited sort of way, but, you know, I'm 61 years old. I'm okay with how I look. All right, now, the chickens did absolutely lose their ever-loving minds over the pear trimmings, rot ends, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, I think that box said it was a 36-pound box, and it wasn't full. So I'm guessing it was probably 36. Yeah. It was probably 36 pounds. So you guys can take your guess, like I said, about how many pounds of actual pear product I got for the hours worth of work it took me to get it that far. And then I've got to cook it and can it. And I'll probably can it tomorrow. So it is what it is. Let's see what we can get done. Okay, now these pears, they still need some work. I need to quarter them and take the seeds out. So that is going to take me a little while. I don't love that I have to do that, but that's the way it is. So we'll just do it. It's just going to look like this. What makes it hard is they're slippery without their skins to get those seeds out. Try to do it without cutting my fingers. I did think about running these through the juicer and doing it that way, and then just, but I still have seeds in the pulp, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to do that. That's going to take me a while. Darn it. And we'll get that done. All right, guys, we are not having fun. Not at all. My present self, just wants to chuck these pears out to the birds and say, So the number one thing is that the pears are super slippery, and to try to quarter them now and get the seeds out is just a fright. You know I want to say another word, right? Okay. So I am having to improvise, and I am not loving it at all. So right behind me, you can see that I have scooped out a bunch of the apple. I run it through the blender, and then I run it through this as if it were a sieve because I don't have one of those mill things. Yeah, it's a treat. I'll go ahead and just do it for you. Why not? You guys see that? Okay, once it's this consistency, I bring it down and I pour it in here. There we go. Let's get the next batch of apples in there. And they need to be cut small, otherwise my blender isn't loving it. So this is just turning out to be way more work than I want it to be. But at the same time, I'm stinking committed because I have done so much work to take care of these pears. Next time, I think I will pass on fruit that is this bad unless I have nothing else to do. And that is rarely the case for me. So, just chopping some up. And I'm having to add a little bit of water to this. So it's going to take a long time to cook back down to a nice thick consistency. My guess is 24 to 36 hours for this pear butter. All right. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what I have to do here. Let's take a look down here. You guys see okay? All right, now I don't know if you'll be able to see while I do it, but I just take my wooden spoon and just kind of get that to go all the way through the holes. I don't think you guys can see what I want you to see, but can you see that? There you go, you might be able to see it there. Okay, you're getting the gist, right? Okay. Now, once I have it in here, I just run my spoon through. I'm not looking for perfect. I don't care if there's little specks that look like that. What I care about is any big seed. All right, that looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in my crock pot, and I will come and show you my crock pot when I can. So let me get this finished and then I'll come back and say a few words. Colorful words. Maybe you want to stream some words in with me. Maybe you're doing something that is just, can I say it? A bloody bitch. It is just a bloody bitch. Let's see if that passes the YouTube screening. Okay, I do want you to see the inside of that. So you can see all the seeds that is capturing. I'm happy with that. But this is a filthy, bloody mess. There is pear everywhere, on the floor, on the appliances, on me. Wow. Do not do this. This video is for entertainment purposes only, so you guys can sit back and have a lovely little laugh at my expense, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Laugh away, my friends. And yet it continues. I am now going to put it through a finer sieve right here, because I absolutely do not want any of the seeds or seed casings in there. And I've come this far. I've put this much work into it, so let's just finish it up and have a product that we're going to like. What else do I have to do today? My kitchen, my chickens, my garden, grandma, my husband, lunch, dinner, 3 loads of laundry on my bed, a living room that's a fright. Okay, you guys get the idea, right? Don't do this. Don't do it. Unless you have the patience of a saint, okay? Yeah, I'll be back. Ask me if we are having fun. We are not. So my crock pot over here is full. And it looks pretty good. I'm not too worried about seeds in that. I also have this container of pureed apple with no seeds in it. That's the one that I double sieved. Now that cost me in more ways than I can even begin to tell you. So this is I'm going to add a teaspoon or tablespoon of lemon juice to this, and I'm going to, actually, I don't care. Butter's brown anyways. Forget that. So I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator, and as this cooks down, I will come back and add this. And then remember, I still have to get sugar and whatever else I want to put in that butter in there. Now, I want you to sit down and think about any episode that you saw of Hoarders, or The Filthiest House on the Face of the Earth, or, you know, This Girl is the Messiest Woman Ever. And let's take an honest to God, unfiltered look at what this cost me today. All right, here we go. Whoops. Can you guys see that? Literally, dishes stacked up to the windowsill. Yeah. Got applesauce down my arms. I had applesauce, or I keep calling it pear sauce on my face. I had to take off that other layer because it is covered in God knows what. I don't even want to do this, but nobody's going to come in and do it for me. The cavalry is not coming. Okay? I'm not going to be rescued here. Cautionary tale. Don't do this. Okay? Don't do it. Pass that box of grody pears or grody apples up. Just pass them up. Now, in 48 hours, when we have cans of beautiful pear butter, if we do, who knows what else will happen? You've seen me ruin a crock pot over making apple butter the first time, right? Yeah. All right. I hope you guys are truly enjoying this, because I want you to really understand that, you know, real life is messy. And when you watch YouTube channels where everything is spotless and perfect and everything is tidy, yeah, I am not that girl. I cannot do it that way. And my guess is that they edit out the crap that looks like that. Oh, yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't even know if I can post this one. This one is just full of fussing and complaining and whining and feeling sorry for myself, and I'm starving, and I can't do anything until I tackle that. And I think my dishwasher's almost full. So I don't know. We'll see. Load 1 in the dishwasher. Can you see a counter full of hand wash dishes? But this counter over here, over there, is still a fright. My floors are a fright. My stove is a fright. God bless. What a fright. All right, it has taken me 45 minutes to get that mess to this. And this is not spotless, this is surface clean. Yep, see, you can still see stuff. Yeah, it's gross. All right, there's that counter's pretty good. The sinks are not spotless, but life goes on. Dishwasher's running. Those are hand wash dishes. That counter's looking okay. We come across over here. We have loads and loads of dishes that I had to hand wash. Almost an entire counter full. And let's just tell the truth. I have overflowing garbage. I have garbage on my floor. I have dirt and crap everywhere. And I have that pile of laundry from this mess. I think I'm done. That was awful. That was absolutely awful, and I can feel very pissy off at myself. Cleaning the kitchen like that because I made such a terrific mess has irritated me beyond the scope of what I can do. I think there's pear sauce on my glasses right now as we speak. I'm exhausted. I will not be doing the carrots today. I will not be touching the onions today. I don't even know if I'm going to fold those 3 loads of clothes, which my husband so happily dumped on my side of the bed. Yeah. Not loving it. Do not love life today. All right, friends, it is 10 something at night. This is the pear butter. I was able to add the container of the extra puree about 3 or 4 hours ago, and it was up to the very rim. So I'm going to leave this on low, and I'm going to let it evaporate overnight, and we'll see about it tomorrow. And if you saw those little blue check jammy bottoms, that was Honey Bunny. All right, I'll find you tomorrow. Ta-ta. All right, I have had a cup of coffee. I'm on my second cup of coffee. It is 9:30 in the morning, and I actually know the date. It is Saturday, June 15th. So whatever I said earlier, chalk it up to being old or, whatever. Okay, so this is the plan for the day. Dealing with that. That is the pear butter. I did taste it though. Let me taste it for you guys because all it is right now is pear and brown sugar. And I did find some orange juice in the refrigerator out there. So I believe I'm going to divide this in half, maybe less than that. 1/2 will just be standard, which is this. The other half, I'm going to add the orange juice and maybe some cinnamon, a pinch of nutmeg, some cloves, the whole thing. We're just going to make it super delicious. And let's see what we think. Because this, oh, did I add vanilla? I haven't added the vanilla yet. Okay. Well, that is delicious. I have not recovered fully from yesterday. So I can't say that it's so good I would, I'd be willing to go through yesterday again. No, yesterday was a, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about what I'm going to do today. Now, I am going to make a farmer's breakfast with 2 cans of potatoes, some peppers, some onions, some cheese, some eggs. I don't think I have any spinach at this time. And we're just going to have a nice, gorgeous, relaxed, hot breakfast this morning. That takes me about 45 minutes to an hour because I like it super, super crispy. It's worth the wait. And then I'm going to deal with my carrots. So in the bottom of my refrigerator, not only do I have a 50-pound bag, I found 2 bags of carrots that need attention. And I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I found 13 apples that need attention. So I'm going to run those through the juicer. Then I've got to chop and clean 50 pounds of carrots and get those, you know, wherever I want them. And then I have probably, I don't know, a ton of onions to take care of. But I feel like my mental health has been restored. I might be done swearing like a sailor. We don't know. I might not. It's early-ish. And I really do want to make a jar of that cookie that we talked about, the butterscotch brownie bar. I might do that first because I feel like I need something fun. It is still pouring outside, so I won't be doing anything outside. I'm glad I watered everything in my greenhouse yesterday. I don't need to water probably for a few days because it's going to rain for 3, and then it'll be back. My butter, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's getting nice and thick, so I'm going to add some vanilla. Okay, let's go ahead and add some vanilla together. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons, maybe 1 tablespoon, somewhere between 1 and 2. Let's give that a nice stir in. You can see that that is really cooked down quite a bit, but it's still not the thickness that I want. So, in for a penny, in for a pound. We've spent about almost, we're at the 24-hour mark of dealing with these pears. So, let's see how that little bit of vanilla did. This might be hot because I pulled it from the middle of the pot. That's good. Just eating like a pig right in front of you guys. Smacking noises and everything. I'm not going to bring you along for the potato skillet. You guys have seen me make that 100 times. So I'll come back to you. I'll probably show you Grandma's plate. She'll have some skillet, and I think I have some cut watermelon in the refrigerator, so she'll have that. And let's get this day started because girl's got a ton of stuff to do. I don't even know where I'm going to put 50 pounds of carrots. I thought I was down to my last bag or 2 when I brought that home, and I made my husband go through and look and see how many we had, and we had 5. We still have 5 gallon-sized bags of carrots. Now, it sounds like a lot, but a gallon-sized bag of carrot is what I go through when I make juice for Addie and I in the morning. So, carrot juice every day from here on out for days. Days and days. Many days. Many days. All right, let's have a good day today. All right, I'll try my best. You guys try your best, and let's see how we do. Phew. Still Saturday, 4:44 p.m. And the apple butter is still in the crock pot. I did go ahead and add the orange juice to the whole pot, so that's been cooking off. I don't even know if I'll be able to can this today. It might have to go overnight again and be canned up tomorrow. But what I did get done is all those carrots. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 bags of carrots, and that literally took all day. Now, I don't think I'm going to do the onions, but at least the carrots are done. I have about 15 or 20 apples left in my case. I will probably do those the next time I make juice, which is tomorrow most likely. And I think that is it. I'm going to try to find homes for these carrots, and then we're going to see if I want to do anything else. I don't feel like it, so probably not, especially since this butter is still in the crock pot. Okay, everybody, it is just, this pear butter has been a journey. Let's see what time it is. It is 7:31 on Saturday night, and I finally feel like my pear butter is at a consistency that I'm going to get ready to jar it. I don't know if you can see it over there. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to put it in my blender and blend it because I think it makes a better texture. I did that last time with my apple butter and I really loved it. I want to do the same thing with the pear. So let me get a measuring. Okay, here I am. This is very hot, but I'm going to go ahead and scoop it into my blender. My kitchen is actually very clean. My husband unloaded and then did all the dishes. So that is fantastic because this is going to have to soak for a while. And I've got to get my canner out in order to can this apple butter. Now you will be hearing some residual noise. The dishwasher's running and it's still pouring rain. I don't know if I can get all of this in here. I think I can. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. One last little bit, and we're going to call that good. Now, I'm going to get this out of the way. There we go. And I am going to blend this. Now, I want to be really careful. I want to make sure the lid is on tight because this is hot. Okay, that feels all right. Let's give it a whirl. I'll come back to you because you don't need to hear that extra noise. But let's look at the texture. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but all right. Okay, I have my canner set up right there. You can see the pear butter right there. And I am getting ready to wash my jars. And then I am going to sanitize them in the canner. Oh my God, we're almost done. What, 36 hours? Who knows? Okay, guys. Girl in the present is finally feeling good about this pear butter. It has been a journey. That, for the most part, was not fun. But the end product is definitely worth it. So I'm going to taste it for you. It's absolutely creamy and beautiful and thick, and it tastes delicious. I had a bite without you, but now I'm going to do one for you. Let's go ahead and try it. The texture is so smooth. Now, this is just pears, orange juice, and a nice dash of vanilla. That's it. This is a vanilla pear butter. And it is really good. Now, you guys have seen me can 100 times, so I'm going to do one jar for you. Come down here and take a look. Got you right there. This jar has been sterilized. It's been sitting in hot water. And we're going to go ahead and fill it. Okay. Now, let me go get my vinegar and my paper towels because I want to make sure that this is going to seal. I have so much time invested in this. I don't want any faux pas. All right. I'm going to bring you back down. I have my vinegar and I have my little paper towels, and let's go ahead and do a lid. And I just pulled these out of, I've got a container right there of very hot water and can lids. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down, and this is what you're going to want to do. You take your paper towel, dip it in vinegar. You're going to carefully go around the rim of the jar and make sure that that is perfectly clean. It's very important that you do that. Let's take a little vinegar and do that. Okay. Put your lid on top and your band. Now, unlike regular pressure canning, you are going to want that lid tight because this is a water bath. Now, you don't have to dry the top of it. It's going to sit in water. That's just my OCD. Okay, this is going to go in the canner. Ooh, a pint of pear butter. All right, I'll do one more for you. There's the jar, fresh out of the canner. I don't know if you can see steam coming off the top, but I definitely can. Okay. Just a tiny bit more. That looks about right. And you can see where I've slopped some right there. That's why it's so important to take the time and get the jar rim exactly the way you want it, and the way you want it is spotless. Okay? You do not want anything to interfere with that seal. Okay. Pop that band on. Nice and tight. That jar is very hot. Let's put it in the cooler, in the water bath canner. And I think I'm going to do one more pint size. Actually, let me do a smaller size for you. Okay, I like to do these little half pint sizes because they make great little gifts when you need one. And you can see I made a mess right there. We're just going to go ahead and get that up. That jar is very, very hot. Ouch, too hot to do that. Now these are going to water bath for 10 minutes. Let me make sure that's good. Yep. Ooh, that's hot. Hot, hot. Okay, and this one I'm going to stick back on the stove. So I also have a pan over here that I'm going to water bath in. So I'm going to go ahead and jar these up and get the timer set and process them, and I will bring you back to look at the final product. Guys, we made it. nearly 48 hours of fussing and whining and swearing and crying and all of that, we made it. Well, we didn't make it. Let's wait till it gets out of the counter and make sure there's not a disaster. This is my kitchen. We know disasters happen on a regular basis. That's what's so fun about watching me, is it is not perfect. All right, I'll be back. All right. All the jars are in the canners and in the water bath on the stove. So you can probably hear the canner and the boiling behind me. But I wanted to show you something after my meltdown yesterday over the mess that I made, okay? So take a look at this, you guys. My counter is clean. There is a sugary spill underneath where the crock pot was. So when I'm all done, I'll put a wet towel on that for 20 minutes and then I'll scrub it with a sponge and it should be fine. But look over here. Let me see if I can get you guys over there. Dishes are washed and on the tea towel. The sink is clean with the exception of the crock pot. I do have to soak the room a little bit and my counters are clean. Girl did it. Might have learned something from that horrific mess I made yesterday. That was, that can scar you for life, right? I'm scarred. All right, there's about 5 or 6 minutes on these. When they come out, I'm going to put them on this cutting board to cool. And then I'll bring you in for one more shot of the finished pear butter jars. Whew, we did it. That was horrendous. Now, my present self is happy that we did it because we have a very nice and gorgeous product. Maybe. We'll see when it comes out of the canner. And it was, you know, I don't know if I had known how much work it was going to be if I would have actively chosen to do that. That it turned into that much work is certainly my fault. Those are the choices that I made to process it that way, so I have to live with that. But it's done now. And I think I have 3 pints and 3 half pints of pear butter. Woohoo! So, I got laundry folded and put away in the last 24 hours. I got the carrots taken care of. I got this pear butter almost finished. My kitchen's clean. I fed my husband. I made him chicken wings in the air fryer with buffalo sauce. He loved it. Grandma had a couple without buffalo sauce, and then she and I both had mac and cheese right out of a box, baby. Right out of a box. There are days when I can cook it from scratch and days where that is just not a possibility. Now, I believe that I will end this here. So I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you had a good time. I hope that you can see that on the days even where things don't go smoothly, there can still be a good outcome. Again, this is Deanna, wishing you all a very great evening, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, ta-ta. All right, people, it is Saturday night at about 8:33, and this girl has finished the pear butter. So if you are not clapping for me, you need to be. That was a long haul. There were many hours in the last 36 hours that I wasn't sure I could see the light. And baby, there was a lot of language. A lot, which I edited out for you, except for maybe one spot, which I did not. I think it'll get by YouTube standards, and if it doesn't, oh well. Okay? So here we are done. Right here below me, you will see 3 pints of pear butter, and you will see 4 half pints. Let's take a look. There we go. And here is the full pint. Okay, So we're going to let those cool overnight, and then I will deal with them in the morning. My kitchen is clean. For those of you who watched this whole video, you know that yesterday I nearly had a meltdown. I did actually have a meltdown over the condition of my kitchen and how long it took me to clean it up. So I am pretty satisfied with that. Yeah. All right, Grandma's in her room. She's got her chicken, that fuzzy one named Fluffy. And Fluffy is eating a little bit of oatmeal with Grandma. And if she needs me, she'll call me. But she's on babysitting duty, people. Her chicken, her babysitting. All right, I will see you next time. I hope you all have a great day. Ta-ta.